Good morning, Jean-Serge, Gagnon here. So do you sometimes wonder, how does it work? How do you relate to people? What does that even mean? Because, most people know what that is, but if you don't, like me, when I first started, I kind of understood, and I probably was doing it, but because I'm a bit of a technical person, I like to understand things. I like to know what something means and how I can, use it, how I can relate to it. Then, well, here you go, relate, right? So relate to something, of course, is, being connected to it, or feeling like you're part of it, or feeling like you're, the same or whatever, right? And that's what relating means. But how do you do it in a conversation, especially with strangers? And I'm sorry about the wind. There's a lot of wind here. But so this is what I discovered. I've been listening to training online. There's all these different things that tell you, oh, you got to relate. Make sure when you have a conversation you relate. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And it's simple, but sometimes when you got a technical mind like me, you're like trying to understand it too much. And the way that I've figured it out is, that by doing it and eventually understanding what that meant. And I can give you a really easy example. All it is when you're having a conversation with somebody online, say you're messaging or Facebook, sending a Facebook message or texting. Again, sorry about the sound. There's a lot of wind this morning. So you might say something like, hey, I see that you're into network marketing. How long have you been in it? That's a question. That's not relating. So the way to make it into a relatable question, into a question that they'll feel, that they relate to you, is by adding some of you in the question. It's really that simple. So you would say something like, hey, I see that you're into network marketing. Oh my God, that's so awesome. I've been into network marketing since 1992. How long have you been in it? So now you're adding something that they can connect with. Now, if they don't care, then they're not going to relate to you. But if you don't tell them anything about yourself, there's no way they can relate. It's the same thing with, oh, I see you're into horses. Oh my God, I remember when I was a teenager, my aunt had a horse and we went for rides and everything. How long have you had a horse? Right? So that's another relationship question, a relatable connection. You're telling them about something that they can relate to you about. So that's what being relatable means. It's really that simple. Oh my God, when I first understood that that's all it meant, I was like, oh my God, why have I been racking my brain about this? Why is it that I've been racking my brain? And so yeah, that's how to be relatable. How can you learn how to relate? That's how that works. So just add a little something about yourself within the question. Because if you don't, and this is one of my mentors that said that, Erin Birch, she's like, well, if you don't tell them a little bit about yourself, then you're just questioning them. And they're just going to feel like you're questioning them, and they're not going to be interested in answering your question. And you can tell that they feel that way when they answer just with short little, yep, okay, thumbs up, whatever, right? That's because you're not adding you in the question. Whenever you ask something to somebody in a conversation online, Facebook Messenger, anything like that, always, hey CB, how's it going? Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, buddy. So yeah, so when you're asking questions, make sure you add yourself, just like I said earlier. Hey, you're doing online marketing. That's so awesome. How long have you been doing that? Me, I've been doing it since 2015. It's so cool. I learned so much. So now I just added myself to the question. That's what being relatable means. All right, so you have yourself a great day. Oh, by the way, make sure you go to masterofsimple.com, put in your name and email to get on my list and get my free ebook as well. And if you love this video, if you think somebody else needs to hear this message, please share. I would be eternally grateful. You have yourself a great day. We'll talk again soon.